This Nashville Predators broadcast is brought to you by Mercedes-Benz of Nashville. By Bridgestone. Your journey, our passion. By Fifth Third Bank. Stop by Fifth Third Bank to learn how you can be the seventh man. Fifth Third Bank. Member FDIC. And by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt.
From Bridgestone Arena in downtown Music City, Predators and the Colorado Avalanche, Pete Weber and Stu Grimson, who has your Toyota starting goaltenders for tonight.
For the visiting Colorado Avalanche, Semyon Varlamov, 12-10-6 is he. 2.66 goals against, average .921 save percentage, and he last saw action right before the break. That was a 3-2 shootout win over Boston, where Semyon stopped 22 of 24 shots. Carter Hutton, just his second start at home for these Nashville Predators. And Pete, we are underway.
As the puck is taken in the zone by Mike Ribeiro. Ribeiro, Forsberg, the left winger, the right side, Craig Smith, Roman Josi a try. Ribeiro takes it out of the trapezoid, pursued by Brad Stewart. Forsberg, as Duchesne stepped up. The feet across, and down low was Roman Josi to try to play the puck.
Josi activates right up and in, and it's key that Forsberg is looking for on the backside. Great little play by Forsberg to find some open space, wheel to the middle, and attempt that play over to Josi.
Colin Wilson flips the puck over. Predators have 1/3 of the line change accomplished as Nathan MacKinnon comes up with the puck for Colorado. Drilled in by Jan Hejda from center. Shot wide of Carter Hutton. Hard rebound. Hejda keeps it in. Wide of MacKinnon. O'Reilly up on the right board. And Ekholm is able to clear for Nashville. Ekholm and Volchenkov paired here at the start. Fisher backing up Wilson. James Neal with the try, and then Landeskog backhands it down the wall.
And Pete, you highlight an interesting point.
Neal with a backhander. Varlamov stops it. And Neal takes the rebound out of the corner.
Play at the net by Neal. He's got Cullen going hard there.
Jarnkrok's pass. That going behind Matt Cullen.
I was going to mention, Pete, as that play is developing, Ekholm, Jones, Bartley, Volchenkov, keep an eye on those four, the second and third pairing for Nashville. We see a series of different combinations, again, in the absence of Ryan Ellis.
Seth Jones to his right side, and Bourque wheels it in. Tyson Barrie, who may now be the most accomplished of the Avs defensemen. We'll talk about that when we get down to the injuries and scratches for tonight's game. Puck is centered, almost deflected off Seth Jones, directly in front.
Solid defensive play by Jones. Bad angle play to the front of the net. Jones is able to play that off so that Hutton never has to deal with it.
Nystrom tried to send it in deep. Good hit put on there by Gostad on Nick Holden. Holden has played some forward the last few weeks for Colorado. They've been short there, but now they're down to the minimum 6 deep. Josi around Danny Briere. Here's Forsberg, and his pass picked off. Sent softly down the boards by Holden. Gimlet tried to center. Puck turned over in front. And coming across on Tanguay as that deflected off Carter Hutton. Holden steals. His backhander blocked in front. Rebound pulled away by Ribeiro and lofted to center. Off the skate of Stewart. Taken in by Smith. His shot deflects off Stewart to Iginla. And Iginla's pass knocked down by Duchesne.
Smith's turnover cost a chance against. Actually, Nashville recovers pretty well, but that gets him scrambling. There's a follow-up opportunity as well. Ill-advised pass to the middle by Craig Smith here in the early going.
Weber and Josi on the D. Fisher's line up front. Crisscrossing through center. Wilson to the left. Neal to the right. Fisher drops it back to Wilson. A stick broke as he got the shot underway. And we have a whistle here saying the play was offside as we hear.
Give you an opportunity to look at that opportunity for Colorado. Smith is trying to make a play over to the far side to Roman Josi on the left point side. Tanguay spots it, and he jumps all over it. Holden actually has a better chance than does Tanguay the initial time through. Craig Smith fails to spot Tanguay through the high part of the Nashville defensive zone.
Fisher off in pursuit against Hayda. And on the follow-up, it's tipped by O'Reilly for Landeskog and dropped back. Redmond across the line, and his shot absorbed there by Hutton. That's the first shot on net for Colorado. And let's get to our Ford keys to the game.
A pair of keys tonight. Crash the net front, the Colorado net front. You want to get all kinds of traffic there. They are banged up on the blue line. Pete has more on that. Create traffic, all kinds of pucks and people. Obstruction in front of Varlamov would be well advised, and own the puck. Outpossess your opposition. And good puck decisions. Talked to Coach Laviolette about this earlier today. Good puck decisions at both blue lines. Do that effectively and put Nashville in a good spot to own it. Spend most of the night in the offensive zone.
Tyson Barrie sent it down the board. Knocked down by John Mitchell. The ex-Leaf sends it around the wall. Nystrom comes over and flips it down that left wing. This will be an icing against Nashville. Which brings us to the injury report, which is brought to you by Vanderbilt Sports Medicine. Colorado, all these players on injured reserve. Johnson, the most injurious potentially of them. Borna Rendulic, Patrick Bortolo, Jamie McGinn, Ryan Wilson, and Jesse Winchester. For Nashville, Ryan Ellis, Becca Rene, and Taylor Beck is actually a coach's decision.
Yeah, tough piece of news for the Avs. Erik Johnson having a pretty solid season. A bright spot for these Colorado Avalanche. 3 to 8 weeks with a knee injury.
And here's the guy who eats up most of their minutes.
He really does. A team that is 3 points now off the playoff cutoff line, looking to make a push. You want to have that player who is number 1 D for these Colorado Avalanche.
Puck almost turned over, but the Avs scrambled, and Jarnkrok got a piece of it. Down the wall now, Bourque picks himself back up versus Cleese, and coming out from behind the net, Matt Cullen. A try, deflects, backhanded by Jarnkrok. That deflected off Bourque, and now Danny Briere comes up with it for Colorado. Talbot backhands it in from center red. 5:40 gone, first period. Predators have outshot Colorado 2-1. Down the left wing, taken off the board. Forsberg set it up so that Josi could send it in deep. Up the left wing side. Cleared down, and Ginla circled. Matt Duchene goes after it. For Alex Tanguay on the left wing side. Duchene with a Ginla trying to set up out front. Ribeiro tried to take it away. That was blocked by Tanguay. Going to be a penalty call coming up here as Ribeiro got tripped up, and the Predators will get the first opportunity tonight on the Tennessee Lottery power play. Tripping will be the call on the veteran Alex Tanguay with 6:21 gone in the first.
Talk about owning the puck tonight. Keep your eyes on 19, Calle Jarnkrok. He does a great job in the offensive zone. Stands up, turns it over, and this creates a Nashville chance going back the other way. Gabby Bourque is in close support. Sets up this chance right here. Ultimately, it's Jarnkrok. Low slot and off the back door. Smart spot to be, Calle Jarnkrok.
In the box, Tanguay for tripping Ribeiro. Predators with the Tennessee Lottery power play. Jarnkrok and Weber working the left side. Forsberg standing by. It comes back out to Fisher. Left side, Forsberg cranks one, misses the net. Rebound almost directly to Roman Josi. Fisher down the side with it. Josi for Forsberg, goes behind the back. Forsberg again, fanned on it, and that will allow the Avs, Ryan O'Reilly, to clear it.
He loves to make that play, takes his eye off it for just a second and loses it off the heel of his stick. But Forsberg with a little space, trying that quick little snapshot through traffic.
Pumped into the zone by Josi. Weber, the defenseman, goes in deep after it. And then battling there is Maxime Talbot to clear. 57 seconds remaining on the penalty. Excuse us, please. Our apologies for some of the language you may pick up. Down in the corner. Ada drills it hard off the wall. Now it's Colin Wilson. Coming down from the point, Ribeiro. Toward the front of the net is Smith. Ribeiro dropped it. Seth Jones for Matthias Ekholm. Ekholm sends it back. It bounced off the blade of Smith. Ribeiro to the side of the net. Wilson gave it back to Smith. Now Ribeiro returned to Smith. Seth Jones, 8 seconds to go. Bombs away off the glass. Ribeiro feeds it back out for Jones. Ribeiro, time up on the power play. No shots on net. They continue with possession. Not finding it right away by Varlamov. Now Seth Jones tries to push it low. Blocked by Tanguay, who just finished his sentence.
Best chance of the power play, best chance of the game for Nashville. Strong play by Ribeiro off the half wall. Colin Wilson jumps all over it. Varlamov denies him at the short side.
And a whistle here as we have the stoppage with 8:47 off the clock.
Looked to me like the nearest official. No, I guess not. Just looked to me like there was indications of too many men on the ice.
Yeah,
I saw the puck near the Colorado bench and them in the middle of a line change. Oftentimes that's the circumstance for 6 on the ice. But apparently not in this situation.
The face-off comes over to the wide side. Drilled in Volchenkov. It got past Varlamov. Everberg lost the puck. Picked back up McLeod for Mitchell. Cullen stayed on the backside of Mitchell there. In the corner. John Mitchell tries to dig it out. Jarnkrok prevents it. Now Everberg gets the puck in the corner. Volchenkov with him. Penalty call coming up here. And holding is going to be the call. Holding at 9:20. Make it official here.
A Nashville penalty, 2 minutes for holding.
Anton Volchenkov.
Anton Volchenkov in a puck battle down low. Jumps down on Everberg. Everberg in forechecking. Reaches inside. One hand on the stick. Wraps Everberg up in the process. Enough to warrant the 2-minute minor. Nashville on the kill.
McLeod is on one side of the power play as the Predators manage to clear.
Terrific draw by Paul Kostad. Looking along at 5th in the NHL, 57.2% inside the faceoff circle. Those are the moments when the draw is key. Win it back, Weber gains the back of the net, send them down the length of the ice, and you've effectively killed off 30 or more seconds.
Tanguay threw it across, stopped by Iginla, right in front with McLeod trying to set up. Redmond at the left point. Duchesne for Tanguay. Tip for McLeod. He and Weber run into one another. They've had a few run-ins in the past. Duchesne holds it to the trapezoid. Tried to flip it out in front. Broken up there and cleared down ice by Nystrom.
Great play by Roman Josi. Fronts the puck handler. McLeod skates sideways, challenging McLeod to go through him. And that puck ultimately turns over. A little pass up to Nystrom, and you're out of trouble.
Second power plated on for Colorado. Second penalty kill for Nashville. That's Jarnkrok and Fischer up front. As McKinnon went after it, was sent bouncing back into the Colorado zone.
Terrific play by Matthias Ekholm. Under all kinds of pressure, able to gain the back of the Nashville net. Then hard play off the wall, the full distance.
And that one going up and out of play with 24 seconds left in the penalty.
Just the second coach in Nashville Predators history. He was named so May of 2014, and Coach Laviolette's record is 12-3-2 versus the Central Division this season. On the other side, his counterpart, Patrick Waugh, longtime NHL netminder. Patrick Waugh, 5-8-3 versus the Central this year, and winner of the Jack Adams Trophy last year, 2014.
Here's Matt Cullen in deep on the penalty kick. And send it back. And further back yet. Coming out was it the captain, Landeskog to McKinnon. McKinnon down the middle, and that shot went up high. Landeskog on the rebound. Power play is over. Possession continues, and the shot there by Holden, lobbed down by Carter Hutton. 8:35 remains in the first period. Predators and the Avalanche, 0-0.
Before and after the game, catch every second of behind-the-scenes action with Predators Live. Don't miss a moment of pre- and post-game coverage of Smashville's finest. Predators Live, presented by Nissan on Fox Sports Tennessee.
Welcome back. The Predators and the Avalanche still scoreless here in the first period. I'm down on the bench now with Matthias Ekholm. Matthias, Peter Laviolette talked about how important it would be to get the legs going right away, keep a fast pace. How do you feel you guys are controlling the pace of this game so far?
I think it's been good. We got a power play early on there, and we just got stuff going for us. I think just as you said, keep the legs going here fresh in the early beginning of the first one here, and keep them going throughout the first here.
Holding Colorado to only one shot. What do you feel you guys are doing well defensively right now?
We got to defend the rush. They have good skill up front. Just making sure we have good gas in the neutral zone. Don't give them space at all, and take the shots from outside. We know Hudson's going to save them from there.
All right, thanks so much, Matthias.
Underway here with play on the face-off of the Nashville zone. A shot going wide. The attempted clear, knocked down by Maxine Talbot, and the follow-up shot taken off the pad by Carter Hutton.
Well played by Carter Hutton, makes the initial save, all kinds of traffic in front. Swallows up the rebound. Seth Jones, the absence of Ryan Ellis. Where do those minutes go? Ryan Ellis minutes, they go to that man right there, Seth Jones. Just one time in the first 39 games did he play north of 20 minutes. He has done so now, again, north of 20 minutes. The last 6 games strength, taking on more responsibility, and Pete, in my estimation, a real strong stretch of hockey for Seth Jones here of late.
I think extremely so. And juggling partners in part of all that. Mitchell out to Redmond, and that shot tipped it in front. They had the traffic in front. And down there, Cody McLeod, as the Avs get the first goal of tonight's game at 11:52 in the first period.
Harmless looking, at least the way it develops initially. This play will cycle in behind the Nashville net. Play made out to the point. And then the shot comes through. McLeod in front. Bartley is responsible for McLeod in front. And McLeod gets a piece of that. You can see Victor Bartley gains control of that stick just a half second too late. McLeod gets a piece of it to redirect it in behind Carter Hutton.
But in any case, the traffic plays the big role. And it's a 1-0 Colorado lead. Icing here against the Avs. Cody McLeod.
Look at that goal. Cycles back off Mitchell, and then the shot's going to come, and there you see the redirect right there. On his backhand, McLeod just kind of reaches in and pulls it back from the outside through the pads of Carter Hutton.
So McLeod gets his 4th of the year. As Redmond got the play going with the shot from the point with traffic in front. Puck pursued and gotten. Colin Wilson spins. Comes out to the forehand, and that deflected up off Matt Duchene and out of play.
Want to isolate in on the front of the net, and here is the key in this one. Bartley's doing a good job. He's responsible for McLeod in front, but right there, got to lift that stick up and off the ice. Fails to do so. That's the reason McLeod's able to get a piece of that one, and that's a tough save for Carter Hutton. That shot goes from the outside to the inside. Tough change of direction for the Nashville netminder.
Almost sprung McKinnon free there, and Ribeiro puts the puck in the Avs bench. 12:40 gone in the first.
It's time for Hot Ticket Time, presented by Hunt Brothers Pizza. Right now, club level tickets for the game on Thursday, February 5th against Anaheim are just $40. To order, call 615-770-7800 or visit NashvillePredators.com/Hot Ticket Time. Offer good through the end of tonight's game, so order now.
Cross ice, the pass taken. O'Reilly bumped rather firmly by Volchenkov, trying to enter the zone. The body's flying here in the early going after the All-Star break. Landeskog goes after Volchenkov. McKinnon has Forsberg right there. McKinnon in front, and who do you find but Matthias Ekholm? Held in the zone by Nate Gennin. Tipped Tyson Barrie. Sends it to the corner, McKinnon. McKinnon trying to burst out of the corner. He was cut off there by Forsberg. Gennin toward the net, deflected wide, short side. Flipped, and Philip Forsberg with it and skates out. Forsberg in. He's working essentially 1-on-4. Seth Jones got the pass, deflected out of play by O'Reilly.
Smart play by Philip Forsberg down low. Spins outside, creates a little separation, and then terrific presence of mind. Finds Seth Jones coming down the middle of the ice, activating up off the blue line. O'Reilly reaches in, catches a piece of that. Good block by him, good defensive play. Otherwise, a high-grade opportunity for Seth Jones.
Face-off win, and Nystrom's backhander missed to the short side, and this will be a hybrid icing call that was waved off as Seth Jones got back. Gostad shovels up the board for Nystrom. Covered there by Redmond. Redmond, the one whose shot was tipped in by Cody McLeod. Goes wide of Jokinen toward the Avs net, forcing Varlamov to cover up. 14-10 gone. And with the Avs in front of the Nashville Predators 1-0. Well, just to remind you very quickly, when we return, Marty Brodeur will announce his retirement. He'll make it all official on Thursday. 1-0 Colorado. Patrick Roy, an all-time NHL goaltender, number retired in Montreal, where he started his career, second year as coach of the Avs. But as we were telling you before we went to break, Marty Brodeur, a longtime goaltender for New Jersey, and having played a few weeks with the St. Louis Blues, makes it official on a ceremony on Thursday. He is retiring, and he will join the St. Louis front office.
Remarkable career, terrific goaltender. Marty Brodeur. Remember, just the second season, Pete wins the Stanley Cup with the New Jersey Devils. That was one of the 2 appearances I had in the finals. Boy, I gained a real appreciation for his game in the context of that 4-game series.
And coming up, a goaltender raised by another, his father, Denny Brodeur, for Team Canada in the 1956 Winter Olympic Games, and then the Canadiens team photographer. So he's been around it his whole life.
Certainly has.
From back of the Nashville net, Calle Jarnkrok and the Predators go to change up the personnel up front.
Nashville's game lacks pace right now, being outworked by the Colorado Avalanche. Colorado does a great job of pushing down the walls inside the offensive zone. Those D have kept a lot of pucks in, kind of like that. And chances as a result.
Fisher picks up the puck, comes on with it, and he fires it wide to the corner. Long rebound to center. Shea Weber ahead of Alex Tanguay. Puck stayed behind Roman Josi as he tried to curl with it. Coming on now, Neal picked up Fisher, and that shot, Varlamov was hugging the left post. Colin Wilson to Weber. Yossi a drive wide of the net. And Weber will have to track it down in the Nashville zone. Some help from Carter Hutton who stops it.
Nice little exchange there between Neal and Fisher. Neal is pressing down. He's in on the forecheck. Drives the defender back and actually lays off the puck so that Fisher can get it. Fisher's in a good spot for a good chance.
Varlamov decides to go the short pass. Take it in. Right wing side. Tapped momentarily away from McKinnon. Trying to flip it out of there. Bourque. Avs send it in. Delayed offside. Zone cleared by McKinnon. 3:32 remaining in the first. Avs lead at 1-0 on a deflection by Cody McLeod. His 4th goal of the year. That came at 11:52. From back of the net, Cullen tried to get it right out front. Volchenkov with a shot. Flattened out, knocked down, and put onto the left board. And out to center ice by Landeskog.
Strong play by Gennon in front of the net. Puck thrown at the net by Volchenkov. Gennon with the block and then takes it deep into the left corner to attempt to clear.
Here Gennon, hard up off the left board for Colorado. Rolled away from Danny Briere. Rivero slows the pace down as he worked it on Holden. Picked right back up by Craig Smith. Bartley with the try, and a save is made there by Varlamov. And now some pushing and shoving, but quickly broken up.
Great chance for Fisher. Again, I've talked about Neal driving down deep. See how he pushes down the defender, ties him up, and then lays off that intentionally so that Fisher can make the strong play. The initial entry, Fisher with a chance from the outside. That's on net. He may have beaten Varlamov to the top side, far side, over the glove. Quick little snapshot in stride. Fisher threatening from the off wing.
Face off to the right side of Varlamov. 2:41 to go in the first. And they'll drop that one again. Cleach. And I believe someone on the wings jumped. The reason for this, doing the face-off all over. Briere sets. Gave it back for Holden. Deflected, but Fisher the keep in. Fisher gets it back, and that shot goes up out of play.
Like this play by Seth Jones. We're going to give you another look at it. Great turnover by Seth. He's on the blue, backed up, sees this play develop. Watch him jump up right there, creates the turnover, allows Fisher to collect it, and then ultimately Nashville. Again, Fisher from that very same spot. Just picking away chance after chance.
Redmond goes behind the net after the faceoff to Colorado. John Mitchell floats one, batted down Bartley. And a hand pass. We'll stop it here. On Monday, catch a new episode of New College Football Show, Next Class. We track the nation's top high school recruits through National Signing Day. Hosted by Jen Hildreth and Scout.com's Chad Simmons. It's Next Class 2015, presented by Hyundai. Monday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 Central. Right there for you on Fox Sports South. Mitchell against Ribeiro. Linesman Darren Gibbs drops it. Jan Hayda, who had eaten up the second most minutes on D this season for Colorado, prior to the injured Eric Johnson. Soft pass there, got around Mitchell. This pass, I thought Forsberg was offside.
Looked like it. Well ahead of Bartley. Bartley receives that puck first and then lays off to Forsberg.
Predators regroup. Circling up the left is Forsberg. Jones goes to the left D-man. Flipped in. And now taken back by Bartley. Quick shot deflected. Pulled from back of the net. Stick is dropped. Hayda dropped the stick, and the shot by Weber is held by Varlamov. Man, the Avs have not had a shot on goal since they scored.
Good little series by Nashville here. Bartley does a great job of pulling back and around. There you see the initial bit at the net. Forsberg lifts the stick, so that the puck turns over. And then again, Bartley with the big shot from the back end. The traffic in front is saved by Varlamov to shut it all down.
Yarncroke from the tough angle. Yoshi has the rebound. Tried to nudge it through the trapezoid, now taken by Bourque. Cullen was out there with Weber. Now Yoshi puts it in deep again. Weber above the hash mark. Bounced off the stick of Cullen. Yoshi for Yarncroke. And Wall Cullen. Coming up with a minute remaining in the first. Taken off the inboard. Yarncroke stop. And Cullen turns around and that deflects off Varlamov.
Terrific attempt by Cullen. Spins hard off that puck turned over. Tries to get it by Varlamov. Actually hits Barry. Almost ricocheted into the net off Barry.
Nick Holden with the Predators putting on the pressure. 37 seconds to go in the period. Duchesne for Tanguay. Back to center. Drilled in by Stewart. Seth Jones the pickup. Predators through center. And this will be icing against Nashville. A little discombobulation outside the Colorado blue line.
You know, look at that Cullen chance. There he is. He grabs it outside your screen, but wheels hard to it. Loses it off the toe of his stick, and watch, it'll go off of Barry. Barry fronts Cullen. Credit Barry for a strong defensive play. Otherwise, Cullen's in a great spot. Just him and Varlamov.
Mitchell versus Gaustad. D-zone face-off for Nashville. Won by Gaustad. Put down the board, knocked down by Mitchell. Everberg centers. Breaking right in is McLeod, and Hutton makes a fantastic stop. A follow-up off the left board. Corralled by Hutton as well. And now we're going to have McLeod and Gaustad.
Well, you don't mind where this comes from Gaustad. Senses that the club's a little flat. He's looking to spark the bench. Two guys with some experience in this department. McLeod coming over top with the right hand. Gaustad getting set up and just kind of...
In tight, huh?
Yeah, just kind of overpowers McLeod. Two competitors, two guys that play hard minutes for their respective clubs, both trying to contribute to Gaustad's case, a momentum change. Here's a scoring chance for Colorado just leading up to that. Strong play at the net by McLeod, and then it all kind of erupts shortly after that.
All of this in 1957. Overhand right by McLeod.
Clips him on the side. Yeah, he clips Paul Gaustad just on the side. It's kind of a glancing blow. Doesn't appear to phase Gaustad in any way, but you can see there a pretty good nick on McLeod's nose. Leaking from that area. But he'll have plenty of time to repair it.
And to recover. And to recover. So all lined up. Rather unorthodox lineup here for the face-off.
It's like a rugby scrum forming over
there. Doesn't it? And Mitchell went straight to the net with it.
Pretty effective play. Misses wide, but does overpower the Nashville center.
So Colorado got one shot after scoring the goal at 11:52. In our first intermission, Mark and Terry from the Fox Sports Tennessee Zone, a Mercedes-Benz of Nashville intermission interview. Plus, highlights and stats as the Predators outshot the Avs 8-5. But Colorado takes a 1-0 lead into the first intermission. 1-0 Colorado on the deflection by Cody McLeod right in front of Carter Hutton about midway through the first period. So 1-0. Predators pretty much carried the play thereafter, but 1-0 it is. And Stu, you have some plays to take a look at.
Talked about owning the puck tonight, and we really, if you're the Preds and you want to be successful against these Colorado Avalanche, you got to beat them at the possession game. Had 4 instances of clips here I want to show you where the club did that thing very well. And watch right here, Yarncroke does a great job, holds his ground at the offensive blue line, creates this turnover to Bourque, and then this will ultimately cycle around the back wall, and watch, Jarnkrok's going to get a great chance here in front. Turns, spins, terrific opportunity. I like that. Jarnkrok stands up, and possession is theirs. Gostad off the draw. That's on a penalty kill for Nashville. Draw one back. Josi to Weber. You're out of trouble. That's positive hockey. Neal does a great job here on the forecheck. He lays off intentionally, ties up the defender so that Fisher, who's in a better spot, can get a grade A chance. And he challenges Varlamov to the upper side, and then you see it cycle to the other side. That gets Colorado scrambling. Like this play a lot too. Forsberg in front, lifts the stick. Ribeiro with a strong play, finds Weber. Weber about middle of the ice, just under the Colorado blue line, pounds one. Varlamov's got good vision on that one. Able to make the first save and swallow it up to slow that down.
So as we head toward the second period, and you see the result of the coincidental majors for fighting called toward the end of the period for McLeod and Gostad. Seth Jones, how about that? 9 minutes and 3 seconds time on ice in the first period.
That's a big chunk of hockey. On a pace to play in and around 27 minutes tonight, judging by his first period output. I like Seth's game.
Just for comparison, Shea Weber 7.5 minutes. Roman Josi 7:08. Underway now with the second. Avs in front, 1-0. As you were talking, I see a little bit more pace in the Predators game.
Nashville, I think, guilty first 15 minutes or so of that first period. Flat. I liked them the last 5 minutes. Turnovers, feeding the chances. It's coming. That's what it tells me. It's coming.
Colorado last year, very much a transition type of team, pushing the pace. That's what the Predators have become this year. Josi a backhander, broken up, skates in front. Stewart got in the way. Down the wall, Shea Weber. Fisher had to wait for that pass. Neal carries in. Could not get a shot away. Redmond stick on stick. Weber with the try. That thumped off the pads of Varlamov. Neal picking up. His shot goes wide. Volchenkov pushes it around McKinnon, but McKinnon got it back out.
Good play by Colin Wilson in front. You see there are two separate bids at the net by Nashville. Wilson in front for both, creating traffic and confusion in and around Varlamov.
Up for O'Reilly. Pinned against the board, Volchenkov. Wilson gave it to Ekholm coming out. Through to center. Predators back on it. Partly to Wilson. Colin Wilson's pass blocked by O'Reilly. But Jarnkrok comes back.
Good position by O'Reilly. Wilson guilty of trying to force that one through neutral ice. Turns it over. Nashville forced all the way back.
Jarnkrok did a pretty good job handling a difficult pass and getting the puck in deep.
Yeah, battling to get that down low. Terrific persistence.
Seth Jones a shot. Varlamov will hold it at the top of the blue ice.
A little earlier in this series, talked about that opportunity. A shot from the point by Wilson. Neal gets it back. Quick little wrister by Shea Weber. He knows that Wilson's in front. And then a little bit later in that shift, same kind of opportunity, but from the other side. Job by Colin Wilson in and around the Colorado net front.
To the left side of Varlamov. Puck was tight in the circle for just a moment. Cullen comes out, turns, and Varlamov had a little trouble spotting the rebound off his left side.
Semyon Varlamov gets the start here for the Colorado Avalanche, coming off a season last year, 41-14-6. Red hot. Varlamov responsible for a awfully robust turnaround for these Colorado Avs. Strong season for them. You can lay part of that at the feet of the Russian goaltender.
Little trouble there. Mitchell is requested to leave the circle. Fisher stays in for Nashville. Everberg, or excuse me, Talbot stays on, and that shot deflected out of play. So for the home team this year, Nashville, best record, best winning percentage in the league, 18-2-1. People All-Star Weekend, I know with Houston, I bet as well, shaking their heads at that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is a really remarkable accomplishment to have played as well as this group has at home.
Talbot tried to center. He did, but it deflected there around. And now Talbot with Seth Jones. Everberg slides it over. Tyson Barrie at the right half board. He sent it back for Mitchell. His shot through some traffic. It's pretty much the way they set up for the only goal of the game.
Dangerous chance for Colorado. Play at the net by Mitchell through all kinds of traffic. You can tell by Carter Hutton's reaction. He doesn't pick that up until after it's passed by the net front.
Puck held in, now to Mitchell, and that shot held on to by Carter Hutton. And Talbot, some pushing and shoving with Bartley.
Good decision by Carter Hutton to shut that down. Nashville guilty of scrambling here the last half of that shift. Hey, Preds fans, all upper-level tickets for Tuesday home games in February are just $20.15. That's $20.15 at Ticketmaster.com. Enter code ALLSTAR to redeem yours today.
To the left side of Hutton. Wiseman resetting Jerome Iginla. Avs had the draw, but it's stolen away by Forsberg. Forsberg against Stewart. Backhander goes wide. Josi follows. Smith turning there on Holden. Comes out left side. Ribeiro to the blue line. Weber for Josi, the score! Roman Josi hammered that cross-ice pass, and the Predators have tied it up at 3:33 in the second.
Terrific shot, Roman Josi from the outside, but watch this on the entry. Nice little play by Philip Forsberg to drive it wide. Puck will ultimately cycle down low. And watch Josi, he's going to retreat back to the right point side. Ultimately, Weber's going to make a play over to Josi. One-timer. Varlamov never sees it. All kinds of traffic in front. Terrific play by Roman Josi. You can see there the confusion in and around the white goaltender.
Colin Wilson out to the point.
Maybe better said, the goaltender in white.
There you go. Tucks in deep. Here's Jan Hejda. And that one goes wide of Hutton. Redmond into the trapezoid. Reverse for Weber. And this will be an icing against Nashville as Hejda won the race back.
Give you another look at that. Nashville goal from a different angle. Play's going to cycle in and around back. Go ahead and roll it from there, guys. It's going to cycle up to Ribeiro after Smith turns back. And then watch, stop it right there. As Ribeiro catches that, pass here, pass there, and one-timer from Josi. You'll get a good chance to look at the net front confusion created by Forsberg as he comes back out front.
Neal driving down, and the puck will be taken out by Cleach. Briere deflected off that corner. Held in by Cleach. Danny Briere curls it back on the left board. From back of the net, Ekholm. Left side, Colin Wilson. He chipped it there behind Tyson Barrie. Predators getting a change. No icing here. Hutton holds it up to the deep.
Good decision by Ekholm to jump up on Briere to create that turnover. Nashville claims the puck for that reason.
Zach Redmond and finding O'Reilly. Tipped away from Everberg. Hejda follows up to the net with it with traffic in front, but Hutton holds on.
Another look at the Nashville goal. There you see the play cycle up. Ribeiro and the quick pass over to Roman Josi. Terrific play by Weber. He's under all kinds of pressure from the high Colorado forward. Quickly gets it over to Josi. We're not accustomed to seeing Josi take that one-time shot, but you like these guys making good use of their resources. And Josi pounding away from the off-point side. Ultimately able to convert to get this one back to even. One each, Colorado and Nashville.
To the right side of Carter Hutton. Seth Jones. Backhand feed up the board. That one held in by McLeod. He and Gostad have finished serving their sentences. Majors called under 3 seconds to go in the first. Mitchell through the traffic off the back of the net. Seth Jones starts it out, tipped away. Kelly Yarncroke in pursuit now versus Redmond. Hard after the puck in the corner. Cullen sweeps one on. Varlamov the stick stop. Bartley. Seth Jones, a shot knocked down in front. Off the tough angle. McLeod skates out the center, shovels it in. Colorado goes for the change. It's 1-1. 6 minutes and 10 seconds have been played of the second period at Bridgestone Arena in Nashville.
Smart play at the net, strong play at the net by Seth Jones from the right point side. Sees all kinds of traffic. Not a heavy shot. Quick wrister gets through. It's a good opportunity.
Gostad backhands in. Nystrom in quick pursuit. Barry turns it up the board, deflects for Jokinen. Jokinen goes up the boards with it, taken away. Off the shin of Iginla. Duchesne, and then sent low yet again. Duchesne's pass. Gennon was able to hold it in the zone. Tyson Barrie creating some space. The defenseman carries in deep, and it's left behind the net. Roman Josi. His pass. Strange bounce off the glass support. Iginla for Duchesne. Chopped away, and Nystrom comes out with it. Jokinen tried to send it in, deflected off Gennon. To the point, Anton Volchenkov. And that one went into the netting, out of play. 7 minutes, 16 seconds gone. Period 2. Predators have tied it up, the goal by Josi.
We talked plenty tonight about this one aspect of the game where Colorado's really giving Nashville trouble. Watch Redmond. He's going to jump down on Cullen, and then his defense partner Stewart's going to filter in behind him. Cullen is forced to make a play he doesn't want to. Stewart picks it up. We're talking about pushing down on the walls, and that's the very thing that I'm talking about. Colorado's given Nashville fits. Their defenders are pushing down hard on those walls, keeping Nashville hemmed in their own defensive zone.
Ekholm pressured there by O'Reilly. O'Reilly steals it away. But the Predators managed to scramble, get possession, and start it back. Ribeiro toward Forsberg. Stewart got in the way of that. Ribeiro down the board, taken away. Here is Landeskog. Across the line with it to McKinnon. Landeskog ends up right in front. Off Carter Hutton goes that shot.
Terrific save by Hutton. Great A chance for Landeskog.
Buck shovel in, and Varlamov realizes he better cover up Forsberg being right there.
Here's Landeskog a little bit earlier in this series. See the play turnover, and it leaks out to Landeskog. McKinnon with a great feed to put Landeskog in the clear. Volchenkov arrives, but too late. Unable to go stick on stick with Landeskog. Hutton does well to front it. You can see he's out at the top of the blue paint, cutting down the angle. And that's the reason he denies the Colorado captain.
Josi had tied it up. The rebound kicked low by Captain Shea Weber. Here's Mike Fisher. Wilson comes out of the corner with the puck. Cycles it back for Neal. Around Redmond to Fisher. Fisher hit it. Put right in front. And Neal with the shot. Missing the mark. Neal right in front. Redmond battles against Wilson. Off the glass. Held in Josi. Given now to Fisher. And his shot is gloved down by Varlamov. So the Predators all over the Colorado end.
A couple of good chances. Going to show you one that James Neal had a little bit earlier in this shift. See the play transition back behind the net. Thrown out front, and Neal from the low slot. Terrific opportunity. Mike Fisher from the other side in stride. Gets it through Cleach. He's being fronted by Cleach, but he gets it through anyways. Goes back to the far side, but Varlamov flashes out the leather to force this face-off.
And it comes back to Bartley. Deflected off the stake right in front. Everberg didn't quite know where to go there. Got around Mitchell for Cullen. Cullen turns one way. It's Tyson Barrie. Getting some help now from Jarnkrok. Cullen. Bouncing unfavorably for him. Bartley with the try. And that one flew by Jarnkrok. Everberg deflects it back to center. Predators out shooting Colorado 16-9. It was 8-5 at the end of one. At 10:34 remaining to be played here in the second. Bartley down the left to Ribeiro. Stewart off the wall. Alex Tanguay's pass was wide, forcing Iginla back to pick it up. Tipped from outside the line, in on Carter Hutton. Scrambles out. Duchesne. Now in the high slot, Stewart a shot. That deflected up to the corner. Duchesne and Josi. Forsberg enters the fray. Tanguay behind the net, tried to find it to Iginla. And the rebound comes out now for Ribeiro. Ribeiro with Forsberg driving to the net. Tipped right on. And a try there for Smith. No. Iginla. Soft pass. Tanguay couldn't handle it. Flipped up in the air. Broken up. Back comes Duchesne. Trading chances, and Duchesne off the glove of Carter Hutton.
Hutton gets a piece of that, just enough to keep it out of the Nashville net.
Tanguay for Hayda. And that taken away from the front of the Nashville net. Weber out. Found Ribeiro just outside the Colorado line. He tied up there by Redmond and taken now by Jokinen. Nystrom couldn't get a clean shot away, in tight to the body.
Nice play by Jokinen, kind of sawed off Nystrom. He's unable to get a strong play or make solid contact. Kind of fizzles into the corner.
Now Gaustad and McKinnon. Hayda checked there by Nystrom. McKinnon takes the puck in now and hit it off the pipe. Shot right off the goalpost. You heard it ring resoundingly upstairs here at Bridgestone Arena.
I think that even after a block, that probably ricocheted off a Nashville stick before it hit the post.
Nystrom, and that's deflected off an Avs player, thus no icing. Back of the net, Nate Gennon. Gennon looking for the out. Had to go the hard way down the right boards. Tipped in strangely off the glass. Barrie picks it up, only to be stripped of it by Fisher. Hartley. They're around Barrie. Neal back of the net. Trying to put it out in front, and it bounced away from Mike Fisher.
Strong play by Varlamov. Bartley tries to filter that out to Neal. Varlamov gets a piece of it and kills the chance. Love Victor Bartley activating up into the play. Nearly sets up Neal.
Avs on the change. Tipped in weakly by Neal. Stewart from Mitchell. Mitchell's pass blocked by Wilson. Neal being held up there by Mitchell. Going to be a penalty here. Penalty at 12:42 of the second period after the Avs hit the post. This game still even at 1. Jokinen coming back there against McKinnon, who hit the pipe.
Welcome back. Predators and the Avalanche still tied up at 1-1 here in the second period, and now I'm down on the bench with assistant coach Kevin McCarthy. Coach Roman Josi with the score. What did you see out of your team that you liked in that series that led to the goal?
Well, I thought that the start of that period was what we wanted. We started getting pucks deep. We started getting traffic in front. On that goal there, I thought we did a really good job of getting the puck low to high, and obviously D-to-D, and get some traffic in front of Varlamov. If he can see the puck, he's going to stop it.
All right, thanks so much, Coach.
Out of the corner. Predators trying to make a play, and then it's whipped down ice there. John Mitchell in the box for high sticking. They call it 12:42.
Mitchell and Neal tied up in a battle for a loose puck. Mitchell gets the stick up.
And Wilson with a shot breaking in left wing side, deflects away. Ribeiro out high, returning to Wilson. They exchange position. Wilson from Seth Jones. Jones will crank it up. That deflected wide. Wilson a follow-up for the score. Colin Wilson got the rebound and drilled in the power play goal to give the Predators a 2-1 lead at 13:21. Wilson with his 15th.
Well, a hot stretch of hockey for Colin Wilson. Involved in setting up Seth Jones. You see there, Jones pounds it hard. Off the back wall it goes, and you like Wilson. Great instincts to jump towards the net, senses a scoring opportunity, develop, and then he just pounds it into the traffic, and it'll leak past Varlamov. He's off balance. Looks like it catches him through the legs. He's recovering, regrouping off the initial play off the back wall. Lose a sense of time and space.
Now Kelly Arnco. Predators up 2-1 thanks to the power play goal. York into the corner. Sangay. Yarncroke bothered him all the way. Bork and Duchesne. Cullen there too. Cullen gets it, sweeps a shot. Gloved down by Varlamov.
Colin Wilson's going to get that puck right here. He's going to give it back to, keep it rolling, guys. He's going to give it back to Seth Jones and stop it right there. Colin Wilson, great instincts to go. He's going to sense that Seth Jones shot at the net, and he's going to go down to the scoring area, catches it off the back wall, and just pounds it hard. Varlamov never sees it coming.
Josi with a follow-up, deflecting off the goaltender's glove. Josi for Neal. Neal wheeling out. The shot stopped and the rebound taken away by O'Reilly. Back for Fisher. Neal some room. Returning to Fisher. McKinnon breaks it up, but held in the zone by Captain Shea Weber. Around Forsberg to Fisher. Deflected wildly in front to Josi. Josi carries in. Curls out to the blue line and Neal. Weber's one-timer knocked down in front. Forsberg attempted to center. Neal with a shot tipped in front wide by Fisher. Weber works against Landeskog. Forsberg back to the net with Tyson Barrie. Neal gives the puck to Josi. Forsberg was providing a screen in front, and the stop made by Varlamov. Some pushing and shoving. 14:51 gone here in the second. Predators a 2-1 lead. Colin Wilson with his 15th of the year. Jones and Ribeiro assist. So the standing ovation following the Predators' siege of the Colorado zone. And quite a few contributors to this siege, too.
Multiple shots, 3 to be precise for Matt Cullen, James Neal, Mike Fisher. 4 shots has Seth Shea Weber. He's number 6. But I'll tell you, these Bridgestone fans up on their feet here through the intermission. Preds started flat, finished the first strong. It's been all Preds through the second. 8 chances in total. There, another strong bit at the net by Matt Cullen.
And now there'll be a try perhaps for Bork. He turns. It will be Ekholm hustling to get it at center ice. Yeah, Cullen right off the draw there.
Seth Jones has had 6 shot attempts on his own. He has been busy from the blue line.
It's getting very loud here at Bridgestone Arena. A 2-1 Nashville lead. After falling behind 1-0, Yossi and Wilson for Nashville. Well, Chekhov turns, McLeod falls over him. And from behind the net, the pass to Matt Cullen. Into the skates of Bourque. Tried to shake free there of Stewart.
Cullen up to Bourque. Bourque played that with both skates. Almost came through the traffic with that puck. Turns over at the Colorado Blue.
Ekholm around Duchesne. Not quite past Redmond. Chopped away from Redmond. Dropped by Tanguay. Duchesne to McGinley. He scores! Simple as that. A drop comes back to Jerome McGinley. A career-long Nashville Predators killer. He ties the game up at 2 at 16:05 of the second period.
Well, this team awfully lethal in the transition. That's exactly what happens on this one. Turns over in neutral ice, and then 3 guys overloaded on the right side. 3 Colorado Avs. There you see Duchesne lays it back to Iginla after the D. Ekholm and Volchenkov have been driven back inside the Nashville zone. Iginla just blows it by Carter Hutton, far side, to effectively knock this game at 2.
Briere throws one on, deflecting off the stick of Hutton. Ada tried to keep it in. Yossi was activating as he was going after that pass from Gostad. Whacked away by Carter Hutton. Talbot then tied up. Comes back to Talbot in the trapezoid. Gostad with him. Briere from the corner to Jan Hejda at the point. Maxime Talbot turns under Gostad. And a penalty call coming up here. And tripping will be the call against Paul Gostad. Somewhat disbelieving, as you can see.
Gostad and Talbot. See those two come.
Nashville 28, minor penalty tripping.
And they just showed it on the Jumbotron.
Yeah, there you see Talbot. Gostad's tracking with him. He's responsible for Talbot. It looks like from behind that he may have made contact with his stick to Talbot's trailing skate. Talbot falls and gets the benefit of that call.
Here's Iginla, just tied it up. Another try. Rebound popped up in the air. Did Yarncroke get a piece of that? Redmond. Tanguay off the wall to Duchesne. Redmond tries to keep it in. Pass waved by Tanguay. Predators clear it down ice. 2-all the score. Gostad hopes he has a full 126 to serve yet in this penalty. McLeod. Weber tried to rip it from the trapezoid. It's a 3-on-2 battle, and now Cullen joins in. Redmond for Duchesne, who twirls away. Iginla below the half wall, and that tipped up out of play off the stick of Tanguay.
Early on this man advantage for Colorado. Iginla from the outside. McLeod again doing the job in front. It appears that Yarncroke, as he's coming through the crease, may have got a piece of that. Oh no, it's Hutton.
Yeah.
The overhead look is the look that tells us it's Hutton that kind of bunts it out of the way. Hits his mask. And then out the far side. Harrowing chance for Colorado.
Was it ever? Once that begins to flutter, you're sort of at the mercy of the gravity.
Hutton scrambling to regain solid positioning. He really doesn't have a good idea of where that puck has gone. So in and around it.
Onto the wall. Shoveled out by Bourque.
Smart play by Yossi. Just a little chip, a little outlet pass to Bourque. Realizes Yossi does that he can't get it the length of the ice. Uses Bourque to relay it the full distance.
Landeskog was trying to power that in. And it comes back to Nick Holden manning the point. Here's Shane for Landeskog. Tipped away from him, and Barry couldn't put it in.
Well played by Matthias Ekholm. O'Reilly comes out from underneath the goal line. Matthias fronts him and creates the turnover.
Power play has elapsed. Out of the box comes Boston. Tyson Barrie with him. 2 shots on net for Colorado during that power play. The game still tied at 2. Under a minute to play in the second. Barrie's pass around McKinnon. Hutton will hold it up for Shea Weber. Avs have the Mitchell line on. Down the right side, Smith. Turning the corner, deflected wide. Stewart tried to clear, and Ribeiro's pass goes behind Shea Weber.
Well, Ribeiro realized he had a narrow window to get that to Weber. He rushed it and failed to connect with Weber on the right point side.
Weber takes this pass, kept in by Smith. Smith tried to feed Weber, cutting toward the net. Cody McLeod, under 20 seconds to go in the second. Weber deliberately to Craig Smith. Lofted out, knocked down Forsberg, swept by Stewart. Stewart behind the net, puts it up the wall. Weber there, 2 seconds remaining, his shot blocked, and that will take care of the balance of period number 2, in which the Predators outscore the Avs 2-1. In our second intermission, the NHL scoreboard, Crispy's breakdown, and Lindsay Raleigh's interview with assistant coach Phil Housley. Colorado had 9 shots on Carter Hutton, 14 after 2 periods, and the Predators 15 on Semyon Varlamov. They have 23 shots after 40 minutes of play, and it's all even at 2. It's 2-all. We're heading toward the action of the third period. Predators and the Avs. And Stu, what do you have for us? Among my keys tonight, Pete, we're talking about crashing the net front. I thought this made a terrific difference in Nashville's game through the second period of hockey. Did this effectively. I'm going to start here by showing you a play back to the point. Neal back to Weber. Look at Colin Wilson doing a great job in front. This loosens up the coverage, and then Neal will ultimately get another chance. Wilson continues to provide the net front traffic. A couple of good bits by Nashville. Throw that one back, Gabby Bourque to Bartley, quickly across to Jones, and then Jones through traffic. There you see Gabby Bourque has cycled back out front to the Colorado net, challenging Varlamov. Cullen and Yarncroke working well down low. They'll ultimately turn this puck over. Look at the support provided by Cullen. Cycle back to the point once again. And then that shot's going to come through. Yarncroke, in this case, providing the traffic. Another good instance here. Off the back wall. This results in the Colin Wilson goal, which you see Ribeiro at the Nashville net front. The Colorado net front, providing the screen. Varlamov never sees it. Well, subtract 1 for the Predators' shot total. That happened during the intermission. They've outshot the Avs 22-14 for whoever wants to worry about the math, but it's a 2-all score as we've begun the third. That's the important stat. Here's another one for you. The Avs, 24 road games this season, 10 have either gone to overtime or a shootout. And this one all tied up here. Yossi, Forsberg delays, and that shot swatted away. The rebound, Forsberg scores! 32 seconds into the third. Predators retake the lead. Forsberg following his own shot. Well, that's the way you announce your presence with some authority right out of the gates. Come Nashville, just 32 seconds into it. There's Forsberg from the outside. Yes, strong initial play, but he comes through hard, and it's he that scoops up. Varlamov's trying to get rid of that puck. He puts it right on the stick of Forsberg, and there you see, great look from there. That's a bad angle, a tough angle, and Forsberg manages to find the daylight from just above the Colorado goal line to beat Varlamov. Now we've got a 3-2 hockey game. And with that, Pete, Forsberg breaks a 3-way tie for the goal-scoring lead. 16 for Forsberg, leaving Neal and Wilson trailing at second, 15 each. So he essentially assisted on his own goal there. Remarkable play.
Here's another look at, there's the outlet pass. It's actually Roman Josi activating up off the blue line, throws it out to Forsberg on the right side. Terrific play by young Philip Forsberg. Nashville to regain the lead, 3-2 here early in the third.
Taking the puck in, Landeskog on his backhand. That deflected off Josi. McKinnon, and sort of fanning on that, shanking the shot, Ashley O'Reilly. Redmond. Given in down low. Taken by McKinnon, and that's somehow blocked in front.
Colorado team does not go away. Shifts after goals are key, and Colorado really putting together solid shift right after that third Nashville tally.
Cullen and Hayda. Redmond back there. Now Cullen on the trapezoid with Hayda right in front. So too Landeskog. Cullen cuts back. Flipped it out in front. Knocked away, and now Cullen backhand try. Another backhand try. Knocked down in front there was Gabriel Bourque. Volchenkov with his shot off target.
Cullen and Bourque together behind the Colorado net. Remarkable work. Great chance for Bourque.
Now Jan Hayda. Soft, unintentionally so pass, but it comes back to the Nashville zone. Everberg stays in. Avs getting a change on D. 3-2 the Nashville lead. Gostad in pursuit. So too John Mitchell. Jokinen. Bartley. And his shot deflected. Tyson Berry around Jokinen. Bartley the keep in and then deflected out to center. Seth Jones. Victor Bartley. And now Gostad bangs it in and goes off of the line change.
Good save by Gostad. Bartley actually lost control of that puck. Gostad's able to push it in deeper.
Ribeiro tried the center. Mitchell takes it away. Here's Maxime Talbot down the left wing. Intercepted by Ribeiro. Clears it ahead for Jokinen. Jokinen tried the center, knocked by Holden.
Terrific play by Ribeiro. Off balance, finds Jokinen about halfway up the ice, and then Jokinen tries to lay it in front of Seth Jones, who is activated up off the Nashville blue line. Those two just failed to connect.
Backhanded by Jones, but held in, and that deflected away by goaltender Carter Hutton. Backing in on the end wall there, Philip Forsberg, and now backhanded to center where it's chopped away from Smith. Shea Weber with it, up the middle. Craig Smith comes on, drops for Ribeiro. To the blue line, Weber's shot. That one was blocked, and they clear it ahead, but Weber broke up that pass. Matt Duchene for the Avs. Accelerates in. His shot deflects out of play. 4:03 gone in the third.
Preds fans, the Predators kick off a big February in Smashville next Tuesday, February 3rd, against the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's a Nissan 2 for Tuesday. Receive 2 lower-level tickets, 2 hot dogs, 2 sodas, and a Preds car flag, all for just $99. The puck drops at 7 p.m. at Bridgestone Arena. For tickets, visit NashvillePredators.com or call 615-770-7800.
Face off to the right side of Carter Hutton. Around Wilson, Redmond to keep in. Off the end wall with Landeskog planted between Carter Hutton and Anton Volchenkov.
Smart play by Carter Hutton, too. That one's coming off the back wall, and if it leaks out into the front, as you say, Pete, Hutton has sensed that Landeskog is draped all over him. Probably better to shut this one down and reset things rather than scramble to break out of the defensive zone on your heels.
Mattias Ekholm up the wall ahead of Colin Wilson. Wilson tips over for Neal. Little give and go. Wilson tried to center and deflected to the corner as Mike Fisher was in front of the Colorado net.
Smart play by Neal to lay off to Colin Wilson, who's got a good head of steam circling in off his hip. Wilson's able to drive it to the net.
Volchenkov and now Ekholm, right wing side, all bounced behind Colin Wilson. Landeskog approached by Volchenkov. Hutton backhanded it on the board. Puck free for the time being. John Mitchell reaching for it. Taken by Mike Fisher for Nashville. Predators come back 3-on-2. Picked up by Neal. Back to Fisher. Bounced off the blade. Tried to center it. Taken back away by Cleach.
Nice play by Fisher. He gets snuffed out on the initial entry. Makes a strong play back to Neal, though. Neal doesn't see it because he's headed the other way back into defensive support.
Fired off the boards wide to the short side. Rebound. Handled. Take it in low on the left wing. Free puck there. Chipped off the wall. Neal. Flagged down by Cullen. Matt Cullen. Lost control of it to Järnkrok. His shot goes wide off the mark. Järnkrok on the feed from Bourque. Fanned on it. Puck taken by Tyson Barrie. He then approached by Bourque. Flipped up in the air in the corner. Oh, and John Mitchell got a hard shove there. Victor Bartley, the perpetrator, and the puck slides behind the Colorado net.
Really like the hockey this Järnkrok line is playing through the second and now even into the third. All kinds of momentum, pressing hard in the offensive zone.
Järnkrok shot deflected there. Rebound cleared out by Duchesne. Shea Weber on it at center. Predators going to hold on the defense while the offense changes up front. Craig Smith dropped it back to Weber. Roman Josi cutting over to his right. In across the line. Josi backhands. Varlamov sticks away. Picked up again by Ribeiro. Forsberg, the keep in. Right in front! That shot poke checked away there and then picked up by Varlamov. 6:37 gone in the third. Predators 3, the Avalanche 2. Here the first game after the All-Star break.
Mike Ribeiro makes a terrific play. He's under pressure from both sides. He's going to get pressure from here and here. Now watch the play he makes. This will ultimately set up the Forsberg-Smith chance. Nice play back to the point. Forsberg down deep, and then Smith down on the doorstep with a strong bid. Varlamov had to be sharp. There you see, strong stick save by Varlamov, but like that play by Ribeiro, grace under pressure, above and below.
So now the face-off to the right side of Semyon Varlamov, who has seen quite a bit of action again.
He really has. Never mind 29 shots, and we've still got 13 plus to play in the third period, Pete. 29 and a lot of that high-grade opportunity. He's been solid.
Using the glass to clear, deflected off Colin Wilson. Maxime Talbot in the trapezoid. Wilson and Bartley there, up the wall. Zach Redmond tried to put it on net. Danny Briere behind the goal. There's Redmond again. Briere challenged right away by Bartley. Poked up by Neal. Jan Hayden looking for it, and it comes out right wing for Colin Wilson. Gave it back to Fisher. And offside the call against Nashville. Hey, coming up on Fox Sports Live tonight on Fox Sports 1, we have a number of items for you here this evening. And if my email would not have bounced away from me, here we go. Super Bowl week officially kicking off. Media Day today. Going out to Arizona to relive the most memorable moments. I don't know if downtown Julie Brown was there or not. One-on-one with Pete Carroll. Find out why he recommended Bill Belichick as his successor in New England. No, he was not a ball boy. And LeBron has the Cavs going on a 6-game winning streak. How would they handle the short-handed Pistons in Motown? That's tonight on Fox Sports 1.
How's the new phone working out for you, Pete? Well, came through in a clutch.
It did ultimately it did. I was very happy to have Terry help me program it earlier today.
I'm picking up a little sarcasm on my end of the headset here.
Only a little. And the icing here against Colorado.
Yeah, Coach Crisp is not conducting any seminars on IT updates around the office.
Why? I don't know.
Wise and sage in many areas is he. IT, not among them. Not among them.
Puck comes back to Shea Weber. He was trying for a redirect, I believe, for Craig Smith. The aforementioned Smith spins out of the trapezoid for Josi. Weber's shot, tipped at by Forsberg.
I think Forsberg gets a piece of that too. Just never gets on the Colorado net.
Josi straight away and misses the net. It is Gennon who kept it away from Ribeiro, at least momentarily.
Nashville doing a great job of playing that possession game and creating chances as they go.
Tyson Barrie curls it back. Gennon more than a little bit surprised. Here's Everberg for Colorado. Everberg with a shot, slapped away by Hutton. 11:15 remaining in the third. The long breakout pass, and it hits to Ribeiro. He curls on the right board. Ribeiro. Now Cullen. Stick handling, a change, and then Seth Jones' shot goes wide. Jarnkrok, the last man in off the bench. His shot off the goaltender in front. Bartley. Now Seth Jones. Traffic there off the pad. Rebound try. Varlamov hasn't spotted it yet. Given back to Seth Jones. Here is Jarnkrok. Into that traffic in front and cleared out by Cody McLeod. What a siege there by Nashville. Forwards change up again.
Strong shift for Seth. Really like him pounding away from the blue line, and then a second opportunity lays it off to Jarnkrok, and Jarnkrok's able to get it to the Colorado net.
Fisher for Neal. Colin Wilson out of the trapezoid. Wilson scored earlier tonight. Weber to the corner.
Smart play by Weber.
Here's Weber again. Toward the net. Popped up in the air. And Varlamov will cover up.
Jones a little bit earlier in this shift. I want to take you back and show you here. It's going to cycle back to the point. Great initial shot by Seth Jones. Jarnkrok with a terrific opportunity. And then watch Jones here. Fake once, get the blocker to commit, and then he makes a strong play towards the net. Varlamov with yet another key save.
So in the period, Predators out shooting Colorado by a wide margin.
11 shots. We're just halfway through the third period. Hefty margin in favor of the pressing Predators.
Well, that was part of your possession game, Tui, coming in.
They've done that well, making great decisions with the puck, waiting for the high-grade opportunities to present themselves before they commit.
Long pass there. That'll be icing. Tanguay was waiting.
Head to the Cool Springs Buffalo Wild Wings this Thursday for another Nashville Predators viewing party. Join fellow fans at 7 p.m. to catch the Preds as they take on the St. Louis Blues. Plus, enter to win free tickets and giveaways while you're there. That's this Thursday at Buffalo Wild Wings in Cool Springs.
To the left side of Varlamov. Redmond, the pass blocked right back at him. He'll still get a shot on. Josi keeps him from directly following up. Pinball style to Smith. Forsberg going after it. Duchesne poked it away. Smith and Forsberg working the left side. Duchesne, Landeskog standing by. And finally they blow the whistle. And we'll have a timeout here with 10:56 gone in the third. Nashville up 3-2 on Colorado. It's Performance Moment brought to you by Bridgestone. Bridgestone, your journey, our passion.
On the entry through neutral ice, Josi's going to lay it off to Philip the Phenom, and Philip unassisted will show you why. Varlamov knocks that one, the initial shot, right onto the stick of Forsberg, but he's up pressing, persevering in the same direction that he shot it, drops on his stick, and then he's able to put that by Varlamov from a real tough angle.
Another quick shot off the draw, deflected away, and that was, yes, Forsberg yet again. Ribeiro gets a shove from Gennon. Smith turns to his forehand. Sticking with him there was O'Reilly. Tipped toward the front of the net. Backhanded low by Volchenkov. Chipped by McKinnon and picked up by Barry and swatted away. Nice play there by Matthias Ekholm. McKinnon lost control of it, came back, and then that shot goes wide as the puck pops up in the air. McKinnon back with it again. O'Reilly coming back across, and now Redmond a shot that's blocked.
What a gutsy block by Philip Forsberg.
And now another shot by McKinnon, hopped up off the mask of Carter Hutton.
Avs pressing, shot from the right point is coming. Forsberg sees it develop, just lunges, throws his body in front of it, almost face first, and snuffs it out.
So icing against Nashville.
Here you see that Phillips sees it coming, sees the defender jump down off the blue line, just throws himself directly in front of it. Never mind the way he plays on the offensive side of the puck. There's some defense in this young man's game as well. You can tell by his plus-minus 24 to the good side coming into tonight's game.
And I was expecting this. Peter Laviolette calls timeout after the icing. So that stretched out the recovery period a little bit there by waiting so long.
Yeah, a good opportunity to burn a timeout here. Hold up in their own zone, a tired group out there, the Ribeiro line. So a chance to catch a bit of a breather. It's interesting talking with Coach Laviolette today, Pete, about this Colorado team, and you see evidence of that tonight. In spite of the fact that they're currently positioned 3 points out of a playoff spot, they've got a top six that is awfully dangerous. These guys, if you're not aware and don't close time and space on them, they can hurt you. The O'Reilly line, the Duchesne line, they account for a good chunk of the offense for these Colorado Avs.
Weakened by the injury on D to Eric Johnson. No question. Redmond filling that role on the faceoff. And now the puck cleared ahead for Smith. Smith continues with it. To the net. Goes high and wide to the short side. Craig Smith turns. Rebound left. Backhand whack at it by Nystrom.
Terrific chance by Craig Smith. Does a great job, first of all, to settle down that long Ribeiro lob. Then he builds a wall and some speed in the outside lane and a strong fit at the net.
Rostad put it back toward the corner. Desperation time for Colorado. Trailing by 1. Shea Weber up the left side. Finally gets it through to Nystrom. Out now for Ole Jokinen. Dropped it back for Josi. Shot blocked. Josi gets it right back. The bomb by Weber off the end board. Shea Weber the keep in. Toward the net. Varlamov snatches it up.
Let's take this opportunity to show you that chance by Smith I talked about a little bit earlier. Look at the long layup by Ribeiro and then Smith. Great strength, great speed. Uses his body to hold off the inside pressure. There you see him knock it down with his hands. Still gets there. And he challenges Varlamov. High, misses short side. Great bid by Craig Smith, contributing to this Nashville momentum.
Fisher got spun around, so Mitchell got the puck inside the line, cleared out by Wilson. Everberg's pass did get out across the line. Here's Brad Stewart. Hopped over the blade of Carter Hutton. Wilson against Mitchell, didn't get it out. Everberg and McLeod. McLeod right in front. He scored in the first. Victor Bartley for Nashville. A lob knocked down by a high stick, but taken by Fisher. Holden for Everberg. Mitchell got it back to center. Thrown over now for James Neal.
6.
Curled on the board.
Colorado had 6 feet for a good stretch of hockey. That very attacker was 20 feet from the bench.
Get out to the line. And that deflected as the puck was taken back again and put in deep for Jarnkrok. Cullen firing off pass, and the rebound, a hard one, comes back in the Nashville end. So too many men on the ice, not called there. And the puck back to center ice. Fading inside, Jan Hayden. Good play by O'Reilly, maintaining possession, pulling the puck back. O'Reilly all over Ekholm. Gaustad is there. Onto the wall from Matt Cullen. Uses the pitching wedge and clears the zone. Rolls it on Varlamov, who has to stop it. Hayden back with Jokinen. 15:01 gone here in the third. And it's 3-2 Nashville. 3-2 the Predators lead, 4:59 left in regulation. And now let's just take a re-examination now of the scoring leaders, the point leaders for the Predators.
Well, up until the time he had scored his goal, Philip Forsberg had yielded the team lead in points to Mike Ribeiro, but just momentarily. Ribeiro was leading 41-40, and then Philip's goal puts him back at 41. So co-leaders atop the board for the Nashville Predators. Put that one in the category of good problems to have.
Yes. Now this face-off to the right of Varlamov. And a quick shot comes as a result, actually, of the Avs forward McKinnon trying to jump through and steal the puck.
Yeah, McKinnon releases right off. Draw one back to Neal, and a strong play by Neal. At the net here you see, draw one back. Quick little shot right to the upper part of Varlamov. He settles it down and forces the face-off.
Weber wide of the net. Tyson Barrie has two breaking up, but stopped at center ice, and Fisher gives it back to Josi. 36-18. Predators have doubled up the Avs shot total. Landeskog. And Holden got tied up. Fisher quick shot, but gloved down. That may have been going wide, but taking no chances for Varlamov.
Good pressure applied by Neal. Neal is pressing hard on the forecheck. Watch him right there. He forces the defender to make a play. Doesn't want to. It turns over to Fisher. Fisher grabs it, wheels. No trouble for Varlamov. He sees it. It's a fairly harmless bit at the net, but Nashville pressing nonetheless.
Mitchell versus Ribeiro. And a quick shot taken there by Smith. Broke his stick in the process.
Oh, gosh. He's got the puck. Quick release. He tries to get that snapshot off. It splinters in his hands. He never gets it through.
Redmond from the blue line, and Hutton handles it.
Good play by Carter Hutton to settle that down. Got white jerseys all in around the blue paint. In the Nashville zone, we'll show you this play by Smith. He's going to try and drag it out of the pile. Right there, it leaks out to him. See there, the flex he puts on that stick, snaps it midway up the shaft, and the chance goes for naught. He's frustrated at the way that one turned out.
There's Jerome McGinley to step into the face-off circle against Paul Gaustad. Pulled it back, Stewart. And back in the net. McGinley is muscled there by Gaustad. That doesn't happen against too many.
Colorado coming hard down the walls again, and you're going to see that here. Nothing to lose under the 4-minute mark now. They'll press on every opportunity.
Ovi Jokinen into the corner, right side. Feeds it out for Weber. Josi's shot deflected by McGinley to the corner. Jokinen hooks it down off the Zamboni door. Stewart for Denver, and knocked down. And knocked down with a high stick and a whistle here. 16.5 gone in the third.
Olli Jokinen earlier this year, 1,200 games in a game against the Columbus Blue Jackets. He was the 100th player in NHL history to have achieved that feat, and there's a gentleman not far behind him, Matt Cullen. He'll be 1,181 games heading into tonight, so assuming a healthy Matt Cullen, he'll become the 101st NHLer to play 1,200.
What an accomplishment that.
Remarkable.
And the puck just behind Matt Cullen, stolen away. Flipped in by Barry. Flag down there. Shot off the wall by Ekholm. Ada took a punch at it. Now Barry pursued by Yarncroke. Tipped on the left wing side. Back at center ice. Danny Briere. Taken away from him. Jan Hejda covers now for Colorado. Mitchell turns it to the end wall. Maxime Talbot checked by Cullen. Ekholm elects to go left side with it, blocked by Briere. And now Ekholm got it off Redmond, but Redmond, for a moment anyway, kept it in. Stolen away, and it goes into the Avs bench. Otherwise, Mike Fisher was breaking in all alone. The Predators are back on Fox Sports Tennessee Thursday night when they face off against their Central Division rivals, the St. Louis Blues. Coverage starts with Predators Live presented by Nissan at 6:30, followed by the Predators and the Blues game at 7 here on Fox Sports Tennessee. Make sure you check your local listings for game availability in your area.
A good bit of Central Division action this week. Colorado, St. Louis, Colorado again.
And then Super Bowl Sunday for good measure in Pittsburgh. Popped up into the Avs bench. Stoppage here at 17:44. And the Predators up 3-2. And we were showing you the Central Division standings coming into play tonight. And Colorado and just behind Winnipeg. And Winnipeg has lost already tonight. So the Pittsburgh Penguins knocked them off. Penguins playing again tomorrow night before hosting the Predators Sunday afternoon.
Post All-Star break marks a time when a club like Colorado, just 3 points off the mark coming into tonight's contest, it's press time. And we've seen that from this group tonight. They played some fairly urgent hockey.
With 2:08, the extra attacker on. A Patrick Waugh move that he made very popular a year ago, the early pulling of the goaltender. Predators here charged with the icing. So on our post-game coverage tonight, that will be Predators Live, presented by Nissan. Reaction to the dressing room, highlights and stats. And Stu is going to take a very close, magnifying glass look at Seth Jones.
We're going to peel back the layers, and I'm going to give you some of the obscure stuff that you may not have seen during tonight's contest, but I have liked Seth's game. He has logged big minutes. He has stepped up in the absence of the injury to Ryan Ellis. Turned in a solid game tonight.
Barry shot deflects to Iginla. Can't hold it cleanly. Here's Barry again, walking the line. Iginla's one-timer blocked by Kostak. Matt Duchene. Again, the Denver end of the ice is empty. McLeod tried to center for Iginla. And that one goes wide. Off the glass it goes around the linesman, Brian Pancic. 84 seconds remain. Predators up a goal. Matt Duchene powers it in. Cullen comes overhead of Tanguay. Tanguay couldn't hold the pass. Weber onto the boards. Chipped out by Bourque. 1:05 remaining. Into the side of Hunting. Now under a minute to go. As Bourque tips it out. This will be an icing here.
And that's why Gabby Bourque's out there with the game on the line. Another big defensive play. Roman Josi, watch this play. He's going to cycle. Josi, shin pads together. Terrific block. Then you can see it kind of leaks into the corner and out of harm's way. Solid defensive play by Josi. Comes into tonight's contest with 116. He's got 5 tonight. That's 121. He's somewhere around 5th in the NHL in that department.
Penalty timekeeper just called over the referee. They're okay on the time on the clock. And face off the puck. Here's Nathan McKinnon curling down to the left corner. Off the wall. Landeskog. Barry from outside. Landeskog. That's in. That goes off. Carter Hutton, a rebound. They score! Nick Holden ties it up at 19:24 the third.
Well, if they've been nothing else tonight, they've been persistent. These Colorado Avs never out of the game. We've got Nashville holed up inside their own zone, cycling all the while. And you see D pass back across the far side. And then just from a bad angle, Landeskog just wheels it into the net front, and that gets the Preds scrambling off the rebound. Holden jumps down, and a great shot by Holden. There's plenty of net. Short side. Up high, and Holden places it exactly there for his 4th of the year.
Now Varlamov back in, of course. Ty scored 3. Holden got his 4th of the year. Duchesne sent it back. Mattias Ekholm rolls around behind the net. Fisher sends it with a backhand out of play. 8.1 left in regulation. Well, we told you that 10 of the Avalanche's 24 road games coming in have gone to an overtime or a shootout.
Pretty gritty effort from these Colorado Avalanche. Outplayed for much of the second and third periods. Find a way to pull it out late in the third. Goalie pulled with the game on the line.
And they're going to effectively take a knee here and send us to the overtime period. So Holden with the game-tying goal, and that coming at 19:24. Predators outshot them 15-7 in the third, but still, we're going to need extra time to decide this one, tied at 3. We head to a maximum 5-minute sudden decision overtime. And this, for Colorado, will be their 19th, the league leader in that category. Extra time game of the year. For the Predators, their 14th. So the Predators in the games decided in the overtime period are 4-2 before it goes to a shootout. If the Avs take the decision in the overtime, they are 2-6.
Pretty remarkable. That's a lot of extra time for this Colorado Avalanche team. A scrappy game here tonight. Credit number 1 in the Nets for giving him an opportunity to be in that spot. Semyon Varlamov has seen a lot of action, seen a lot of rubber. 37 shots, but I'll tell you what, you parse out the high-grade opportunity. He has seen his share of good looks. Nashville Predators. This sets up for an entertaining overtime. 4-on-4 hockey, and this game has had a great deal of pace to it. Subtract a skater for each club, and it creates some space for a lot more action.
Ribeiro pulls it back in the Nashville zone, and we are underway. Ribeiro and Smith, Yossi and Weber. It is Tanguay along with McKinnon up front for Colorado, backed up by Hayda and Redmond. Here's Yossi carrying it in deep. Out high, spinning down the right side, Ribeiro. Trying to shake free of Tanguay. Ribeiro with the between-the-legs shot, and the shot is covered up by Varlamov with Craig Smith looming overhead.
A remarkable piece of puck handling, puck movement by Mike Ribeiro. Watch how he spins off the back checker, holds him off. Then he's going to actually make a shot back and through his legs because he's at a bad angle. So deep. But look at that. Gets one, a strong play from back between his legs. Gets Varlamov in the chest, and Varlamov shuts it down. Ribeiro almost walked in at a much better angle. Just couldn't get that extra half stride to improve.
So now the Avs work it up ice. Here is O'Reilly trying to get around Ekholm, and O'Reilly holds up. Ekholm and Jones over on the right side. James Neal bounced away from him, but Fisher picks up. Back for Neal, and then bounced off Ekholm. Ekholm carries in, comes out. Jones misses the net with a rifle shot. Neal for Ekholm. Mike Fisher tried to drop it down, and O'Reilly couldn't get the puck out. Here's Ekholm. Poke checked away at the last. Tyson Barrie now for Colorado. Barrie curled. Fisher is able to clear it out. Fisher out of gas. Forsberg on now for Nashville. Yossi and Weber return. Ginla out for Colorado. Down the right side, Holden. He tied it up, and his shot deflects away. How about that? Duchesne and Ginla, the third pairing out. Offside at the line.
Yeah, that says something about skilled puck handlers, your depth of skilled puck handlers, without question. Earlier, Seth Jones has a good chance. This is back earlier in that shift. You see Seth Jones jump down as Mattias Ekholm is coming around the back of the net. A defender from underneath the goal line, creating that to a defender who's jumping down from the blue line.
Everberg breaking after it. Yossi right with it. Mitchell also up front. Everberg tried to come right out in front with it. Jabbed over by Smith for Yossi to Ribeiro. Ribeiro waits a bit. Coming on Smith, and that shot goes wide. Rebound held out by Redmond to Everberg. Mitchell holds on as Smith goes by. Shot off the pad of Carter Hutton. That was close. Fed back out in front. Redmond from the blue line off the shoulder of Carter Hutton. They have played 2 minutes 35 seconds with a maximum 5-minute overtime. And there's the shot blocked in front. Redmond. Predators now have Smith breaking ahead. The feed from Ribeiro. Here's Smith. He scores! Craig Smith wins it in overtime at 2:46.
Well, what a fitting end to what has been a highly entertaining hockey game. A 4-3 decision, overtime decision for the Nashville Predators. Varlamov battled tonight. He gave his club a chance to be in this one without question. This starts with a great save by Carter Hutton. Then it's going to ultimately transition out. Ribeiro. There you see the save by Carter Hutton right there. The one-time side. Ribeiro with a great feed. Lays it diagonally out to Smith, and Smith is tramping. Breakaway from the red line in. And if he can do anything, that young man can finish. Terrific shot for his 14th of the year.
So, the shots on goal in the overtime, 3-2 favoring Colorado. Predators win the game on the goal by Craig Smith from Ribeiro at 2:46.